Hello and welcome, everyone. This is a great night. Hello, student, leaders of the present and the future. This is Danilo with you guys in our first live, first class. And today with a special invited Livia Goro. Before I
Hello,
tell myself,
everyone.
before we talk a little bit, Livia, who are you? In some words, please.
Oh, it's very hard to introduce myself. My name is Livia. I'm a graduated in journalism, and nowadays I work with marketing. Um, I'm your student. I study English and Spanish. I believe that it's a way to know another cultures, and I think it's a way to make me a leader, maybe in the future. And I think it's a way to improve my skills.
All right, thank you very much. Another time, Olivia. God bless you for being with us in here. Let's have some fun and let's learn. Yes, thank you very much. This is
Thank
Danilo.
you.
I've been teaching for more than 20 years English and Spanish, and my wholehearted idea is to help you guys learn more English, improve your English, and be better leaders. So let's start with the fun. So, first of all, I'm gonna explain to you guys how the class is gonna be, what is my role, and what is Livia's role in this live class. And whenever you have questions, whenever you have doubts, just write in the chat. So the classes are based on me being a facilitator. This is a word that I really enjoy. In fact, nowadays, better than teaching, which gives me the whole idea of being a language teacher, which is to help students, to give tool to the students so they can improve, they can be a better student, they can use English whenever they want to. And we have in here as the main participant, the invited student, as you've seen, Livia. Okay? And the chat is for contextualized questions and doubts. Moving on. Moving on, we go to the lesson plan. What is in our plan today? Today, we're going to talk about leadership, the definition of leadership. We're going to read a tale together, a tale called The Perfect Leader. You will understand throughout the text why this tale is very important. Lessons for leaders. There are going to be some lessons for us, for student leaders of the present and of the future. Vocabulary and expressions about the topic, which is very interesting, so you can use and move on in all contexts that you would like to use the vocab. Let's move on to the first part then, which is key vocabulary and challenge of the day. So, Livia, look, I have a challenge for you, okay? We're gonna read some
Okay.
vocabulary today, some nouns,
Mhm.
adjectives, and expressions. I'll ask, please, to read these words slowly, see if you understand them, see if they make sense for you. And in case not, you just ask the meaning. I'll give you some examples. Read the words, and the challenge is the following. I'll ask you to try to use these words as much as you can throughout the class. And I also challenge the viewer. I challenge also the student who is seeing this live or seeing this video afterwards. Try to use in your mind, try to make up some sentences contextualized whenever I ask Leave your questions. Try to answer these questions in your mind. It's gonna be fun also to try to think and use the vocabulary. So this is a challenge, Livia. What about it? What do you think?
Okay.
Is it
Okay,
difficult
let's
reading
go.
on stomach?
I don't know. Let's check the words.
All right. All right. Please, we have it here, Livia, nouns and adjectives. Would you please read them? I'm gonna zoom for the students. Please read these nouns and adjectives.
Okay. About nouns, self-motivation, confidence, positivity, accountability, passion, compassion, humility, humility,
Humility.
humility, collaboration, transparency, reason, and about the adjectives motivated, confident, positive, accountable, passionate, compassionate, I think it was the word,
Yes, it is compassionate.
um, humble, collaborative, transparent, and reasonable.
Okay, one idea to improve your pronunciation here is for you to know that whenever there's an M and B in English, the B you don't pronounce. You say hummel. Please repeat, Livia.
Uh, okay, humble,
Hummel. Yes, great.
humble.
Do you know the meanings of these words? Do you understand them all, or do you have any question?
About accountability, it's about have account. I forgot what is the meaning of this word.
All right, this is a very useful word, which is being accountable. Being accountable is whenever you are responsible for something. Okay, when you
Okay,
take
okay,
responsibility to your goals, to whatever you do at your work, this is being accountable. All
okay.
right.
All right.
Okay. Any questions in here, Livia? Anything, guys? If you have any questions, just write in the chat. Your participation is gonna be very much welcome. Thank you very much. So let's move on, Livia, to the expressions.
Okay.
There are some key expressions that people normally use in the context of leadership. Please, let's read them and their meanings.
Okay. Can you make a zoom on the screen? Make this
Yes.
full screen. Okay.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh,
Oh,
I think
perfect.
it's better now. Better now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Business items, leadership, the man, as the boss, authority in general, ahead of the curve, offering ideas not yet in general circulation, highly creative, big picture, a wide perspective, a broad view of something, changing of the guard, changing leadership at an organization, call the shots, make the important decisions in organization, cut some slack, avoid treating someone strictly or severely. Movers and shakers, influential people, especially in a particular field, rake someone over the coals, scold severely, light a fire under someone, inspire someone to work very, very hard.
Okay. In here, Livia, do you have any question related to meaning in context or anything which is on your mind at this moment?
Yeah, one of the last breaks someone over the coals. I don't understand the vocabulary. What is scold? Scold.
Yeah. Scold severely means to take the maximum of the person, but not in a good way. In
Oh, okay.
Portuguese, we say ralar. Vou ralar
Okay.
esse, vou ralar esse trabalhador. So I'll rake someone over the coals. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Whenever you put someone, you put the name of the person instead of putting someone. Okay? Any
Okay.
other question? Any other thing which is on your mind?
Um, no, I think that was the one. Okay.
Okay, so please, whenever we talk today, whenever we go along our class, I'll ask you to try to use these words, these expressions, because once you use them, they make more sense to you. If they make more sense to you, there's a better possibility of sticking it into your
Mhm.
brain. And you also, who is
Okay.
watching this live, too. Okay, moving on. After the challenge, we are going to learn to define what is leadership, and afterwards I'll ask you to read a tale for us to understand a little bit, especially leadership in context. So we have, first of all, the best definition that I've found related to what is leadership, which is this one at your screen. Livia, please read this definition and then we'll talk about it a little bit more, okay?
Okay. Someone who takes people where they would not have got by themselves. It's a Harry Kissinger definition.
Okay, if we think about leadership, and this is one of my goals in here, in my classes, and throughout all of the teachings we'll have along the weeks, guys, which is always to think about leadership, not necessarily on a big company, not necessarily on big places in a school where you work, in a big company where you are, but everywhere, be it at home, be it wherever you work, be it in all contexts. This idea of leading can be good for us. So we can grow with this. The best definition I've found related to leadership is this one in here from Henry Kissinger, which is a former US Secretary of State. Someone who takes people where they would not have got by themselves. There's a good chance if we ask many people around, they're going to define leadership in different ways. There's a good chance you will define leadership in a different way. But studies related to leadership have gotten to this main idea of helping people go where they would not have got by themselves. Livia, related to this definition, what do you understand related to this? What makes sense to you, please?
I think when you're talking about leaders, I believe that there's something about someone who can motivate you, who can light a fire. There was a sentence in the other frame on someone to make that person go above the skills or the limits to reach something that maybe that person couldn't reach or believe that they were able to do before. So I think it's a very important inspire people, a person which inspiration which inspires everywhere in everybody. It's someone very inspiring.
Okay. And how about the idea of this romantic, let's put it this way, point of view of leadership? You are only a leader if you are at the top. Do you think we can be a leader at home or wherever we live in our daily lives? What do you think about this?
I think you can be a leader in every single action. For example, I have some friends that need to organize something or need to make something happen, and they just help me with things with the with study or with, if it, with anything, and I see, oh, this person are guiding me for some goal, something that I was lost, and maybe if I was alone I couldn't do this, you know.
Yes, and there's always a choice. I don't want to be a leader. Maybe you're
Yeah.
thinking, you're watching this class, you're thinking, no, and if I don't want to be a leader, if I don't want to guide, do you think this is okay? This person also has value. Livia, what's your point of view?
Yeah, I think a leader can go from everywhere, from anywhere in case. And I think it's valuable because you can make a difference for anyone and you don't even know.
Yes. All right, Livia, thank you very much. And this is the idea. We always have a choice. Sometimes if we think about this definition of leadership, we always have a choice of not being a leader all the times. Sometimes we want to be more strategic. Yeah? We want to
Mhm.
guide a little bit more in terms of strategy, not helping necessarily everybody go where they wouldn't have got by themselves. All right, Livia, thank you very much. And you, dear students, in case you have questions, in case you have anything, please write in the chat. All right, thank you very much. And are you enjoying this? If you're enjoying, give it a like. This is going to be very important for us, especially in our next classes. There will be a free class every week with a different student, a different invited person with a different topic. And if you liked it, please, it's going to help us a lot. It's going to help the channel a lot. So moving on, any questions in here, Livia? Anything which is in your mind until this moment?
No, that's okay. It's okay.
All right, Livia. So we can understand a little bit more of what is leadership, who can be the perfect leader. Of course, if we think about leadership, you might think, no, I want to be the best, I want to be perfect. But is there such a thing as a perfect leader? Livia, what do you think about this before we move on to a tale? What is on your mind? Is there a perfect leader around?
I think there is nobody who is perfect at all. But I think we can see people perfect the way they are, as the way they are. Um, and it depends of the situation. I think there's something about the context, and everybody makes some mistakes, but everybody do things right sometimes. So
Okay. Thank you very much, Livia. And to help us with this idea, to help us to think a little bit more about whether or not a perfect leader exists, I'll ask you to read a tale. Read it out
okay.
loud so we can listen to your pronunciation. And you guys who are at home, please also read this tale. After we're going to discuss it, see probably key vocabulary and, of course, the real meaning of this tale. So, zoom in a little bit more. Can you read well from there, Livia?
Okay.
All right,
The
please. You can start.
the the perfect predator. It had been a hard research trip with the Pokot and Turkana tribes in northern Kenya. On the way back to Nairobi, we went through Samburu National Park, We saw lots of wild animals and started to have an argument about who was the king of the jungle, or more currently, the hills and plains. Some favored the lion, others the crocodile, who feared no one, and some the elephant because all animals give way to elephants at the waterhole. We decided to settle the argument by creating the true king of the jungle, the perfect predator. We all took responsibility for one limb. The result was a beast with the jaws of a crocodile, the ear of an elephant, the neck of a giraffe, the hide of a rhino, and the tail of a scorpion, and the legs of a cheetah. The animal promptly died under the weight of its own improbability. The same is true of the leader. The same is true of leaders. The perfect leader is not a mix of all the best bites of every leader who has ever breathed air. The perfect leader is the one who fits the contest. The context. The lion thrives on the plains and would not last long in the Arctic where the winter ruled. A render on the Serengeti would be called lunch. If you want to lead, find a contest, find a context where you will succeed.
Okay, Livia. So I'll just ask you to repeat some keywords which normally us Brazilians have difficulties in terms of pronunciation. Okay? Limb. Second paragraph, second line, limb.
Uh, limb. Okay.
One limb,
Responsibility for
remember?
one limb.
Yeah,
Okay.
remember at the beginning of the class we talked about M and B? Limb. Giraffe.
Limb. Okay. Giraffe.
Repeat. Yes. Bits.
Bits.
Thrives.
Bits. Price.
Thrives.
Thrice. Okay.
Yes,
Thrice.
it is at the end of the text. Thrives. All right, Livia.
Thrice.
In here, let's think about key vocabulary. Okay? Do you have questions related to vocabulary in here? And if not, which words in here do you think are key words for us to deepen our comprehension? Please.
I think King of the Jungle, which is a synonym for perfect in a way. Um, Perfect Predator. Let me check. Leaders and context. I think context is a good one too.
All
And
right.
yeah, I think it's that.
Okay. You who are watching this live, in case you have any question related to a vocabulary in context, please write in the chat. We'll talk about them. All right, Livia, so please tell me, what do you understand from this text? What makes sense for you,
Uh,
please?
I think maybe we realize someone who is the perfect one, and I think it's not only about leaders, but about people at all. You just realize someone who has all the things that you think you are good, but it doesn't exist because everybody makes mistakes. And I think a good leader is someone who see the context and do the best with they have and to offer something good for that context.
Yeah. Have you ever, question for you, Livia, and for you who are at home, have you ever lived a moment in your life in which you saw that in the context that you were living in, the context you were working, you didn't fit, and you saw that you couldn't help people in this context? Could you share something in case something comes to your mind?
I don't remember something specific, but as I said, nobody's perfect, and nobody can do everything in a perfect way. So everybody lived in a situation which think, oh, this is not gonna happen. It won't fit on me. I don't know.
Fit in here, fit there, fit in my
Fit
context.
there. Yeah. So it's something. There's something about jobs. Maybe there's a lot of people who suffer with this. But it's common on relationships or on places that you don't identify. You don't feel comfortable with yourself. I think it's very common, but I don't remember any specific example. But it happens.
All right, Livia, look, thank you for sharing what you think about this. And I think this last, one of the last sentences, which is the perfect leader is the one who fits the context. This rings a strong bell to me. This is liberating to me because it takes away out of my back. It is people around. Many times I ask people, "Would you like to be a leader? What's your dream?" It is to be a leader, but not necessarily we have to be this person all the time in all of the contexts. So being the perfect leader, being the one who fits the context where you live at your home, the context of your work. So I'll give you an example at home. These days, we have been having in my house a construction, and my wife is the leader. She takes the construction where it wouldn't go alone. She
It's
is the
someone who
leader.
makes happen. Yeah, she makes
Yes.
happen. So
And the first day, Livia and everyone, I talked to the bricklayers. There were the bricklayers, me and the architect. I said, "Look, she's a leader. If you ask me, there's a good chance I'm gonna say okay, but I don't know what I'm talking about." She knows she's a leader, and we've been already in this construction for 3 weeks, and things are going great because of her. So she fits the context in here. So she's leading in this context. Nice, right? So not
yeah,
necessarily we have to be in a big position in a big company. If we fit the context, we can be better leaders all around. Livia, do you have any questions so far? Anything, guys? You at home, you who are watching, do you guys have any question or anything? Please let me know. Livia, please, is everything okay?
everything okay in here.
All right, Livia. So moving on. What's next? So going to a final part of our class, you see that our class is very wrapped up in an idea so we can think and we can learn a little bit. So going to final moments of our class, we see what is next. What can we learn in here with this tale, with these definitions?
Okay.
Oh,
I
oh,
think. Okay.
Livia, do you have a question?
No, just
No?
go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
All right. I have in here, Livia, I put in here five lessons for student leaders. So for the students, for the leaders of the present and of the future, our students. the people who are watching us here today, and you, Livia, of course, read these lessons and tell me in some words after each one of them, what do you understand? What makes sense to you? You also, who are watching this from home, think a little bit. And remember, Livia, the challenge? Remember the challenge? You have
Yeah.
the words. See if you can use, especially the expressions at this moment. Okay?
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, let's go, please.
So chase fit, not perfection. I think you can mix something like passion and self motivation and confidence, using all the words, to analyze some context. You don't need to be perfect and be able to do everything, but you need to analyze some situation, any situation, to realize if you can fit on that on there. And if you do, you can be a good leader, but if you can't, it doesn't mean that you are not a good leader. It just means that in that situation, maybe it's not a good option. What is this?
Okay. Moving on, please.
Okay. Build on your strengths. I think everybody has strengths and or weakness.
Weaknesses.
Weaknesses. I'm sorry. Um, but you need to be self, how can I say, have that senso crítico.
A self critique.
You need to be a self critic and understand what is your limitations, and uh, where are your limits, your border.
You set limits, Livia? You set limits?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yes. All
Okay.
right. Go
Avoid the
on.
prison. Avoid the prison of success. You don't need to be success on everything. Uh,
Successful.
Successful on everything, but it just needs to be careful about a specific situation and try to fit on that.
Okay. Thank
Uh,
you. Moving
or
on.
work around your weaknesses. Um, I think you have strengths, but you still have weaknesses. And even knowing that probably your weaknesses will not be your strengths, will not become your strengths, maybe you can work for making the weaknesses better or um, less hard to live with them, you know? Okay. And keep on learning. This is for everything. It's important to keep on learning and to, oh, I have a sentence, to light a fire on yourself,
To light a
uh,
fire. Great.
to improve your skills and to build a good perspective for yourself.
Okay, Livia, from these five lessons, what, which one is the one that really touches you, really gets you, really is going to be on your mind these days? Tell us.
Uh, the first one, chase fit, not perfection. I think many people, especially women, uh, believes that you need to do everything right and everything needs to be perfect. And it's a good point. You need to understand that there's something about the context, and there is nothing wrong if you do something wrong. Uh, Nobody's perfect, and that's okay. That's okay. You're mute. Okay.
Yes, now just double checking. Yes, okay. And then you said, and that's okay. This is very, and that's okay is so short and it means a lot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's okay because normally the weight of being the perfect leader, of being the leader in the highest places, is normally a way that we put on our backs. I always think this way. We put it on our backs. Normally, people do not expect that much, but we put this on our backs. And once you
And
understand these things, the load gets a little bit lighter. What is in your mind at this moment, Livia?
I think as a leader, you need to understand that you're gonna be right every time and with everybody, because if you have a team, um, every single person it's a single person, so you need to understand and how you can live with that person, how can you can motivate that person, and it can change depends of your team.
Yes. Livia, I have an invitation for you at this moment. I'll ask you to do the following. To, as a wrap up, tell me what you've learned. Remind me, imagine I haven't been in here. You tell me what you've learned, the key things. And you guys from home, type down, comment. What have you learned? What made sense from you from this life? Please, while Livia speaks, you guys can have some time to write a comment, whatever comes to your mind. Thank you very much, Livia. So please share with us what you've learned
Okay,
today.
today we talk about the concept of a leader. We analyze some keywords that can be useful when we are talking about leadership, and we discover that there's no possibility to have to exist a perfect leader, but you can fit in a specific context and you can make the better you can do. Um, and don't be perfect, but it doesn't mean that you're not a good leader. And the opposite is true too. So that's what we saw.
Thank you very much, Livia. Thank you very much. And then Hafan here. Hafan was saying, let's read what he's saying. Great live class. Thank you very much, Rafael. All right. I owe you an ice cream. Thank you very much. All right. Thanks, guys. This is something that it is from our heart to you guys. So, hoping we all can learn together. It is very important. As in the beginning of the class, we've said it was on the presentation. The teacher in here, Teacher Danilo in here, is a guy who really loves to teach, who really would love to help you guys, but I am a facilitator. This word is very strong. And then we here, we have call me sup, call me sup. I've learned that we have to keep on learning day after day when there's no perfection, and this is awesome, so we can evolve, we can be better people. Thank you very much. Call me sup. Thank you. Livia, thank you very much. And let's go to a spoiler. Do you like spoilers,
Oh,
Livia?
I like it. I
Great.
like it.
So what about it? So what we're gonna have about spoiling? I'll tell you what we're gonna see next. But before we see next, if you guys have any questions, doubts related to the class, just write in the comments. If there's any question you have, guys, about pronunciation, if there's any grammar question you would like to ask, If there's any other thing, please, this is a good moment for you to talk. And of course, in the next classes, you can ask anytime, and I will see the perfect moment to ask the question. So, in case you have, please write there. All right, Livia, moving on. If there's
Oh,
anything,
while people
please.
are thinking about the comments, I wanna make a comment for you. You are a great leader on our class. So thank you so much for this.
Well, thank you very much, Livia. Okay. I owe you R$ 5 for that. Well, thank you very much, Olivia. Well, the people who know me, people who are getting to know me, know that I really this is a job. I take this seriously, but I also would like to see you guys improving, us improving as people, because I know every day I learn too a lot, and English is just a bridge for us to think. That's why the idea of the channel being English for mindful leaders, not only teaching English, not only grammar, not only vocabulary, but a little bit of thinking. Thank you very much for your kind words, Livia. Thank you. God bless you for that. All right, so spoiler, I asked you if you like to spoilers. I think you
Yes.
said yes. We all do.
Yes.
Why, Livia? Yes,
Oh,
because
yes.
thinking
Because
about our thinking of
we want the next class.
yes. First of all, guys, a good message, an important message is that every Tuesday at this time we're gonna have a free class on a topic related to leadership and being more mindful in all contexts of our life, our home life, our job life, our life with friends. Always the idea of putting something extra. And at the top of the cake, the cherry is the English language, which is the excuse for us to learn. So, Olivia, being a spoiler, read what is our next class about. Let's go.
Okay. Growth mindset, the importance of persistence and determination. Studies from Carol Dweck, PhD, and that's it.
PhD, and this thanks a bunch is mine. But okay, Livia, growth mindset is a very nice topic, which is from a book of this doctor, physician doctor, Carol Dweck, and she has done some great studies related to how we see our challenges related on a fixed and growth mindset. So this is gonna be our class. This is gonna be the topic of our next class. So we have to wait for next week. I hope to see you guys around. Thank you very much, Livia, one more time for your participation. There's
Thank
a good
you.
chance next class we're gonna have another student. And you guys, please, if you like this class, if you enjoyed the way it was done, please give it a like. It was done with lots of love, lots of care. Please spread the word so every Tuesday we can be around. Last thing I want to tell you guys, if you want more content inside and insight, please follow me on Instagram. Livia, thank you very much. Final words, Livia.
No, I just want to say thank you. And in the next week, I'm gonna be here on the comments, watching you.
All right. Thank you very much, Livia. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, people. Have a good day, good week, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.
Bye bye.